I mean, no vote has actually been cast yet. And until they all are by 10 p.m. on Thursday night, we don't know that Labour are going to win. Now, certainly, there isn't a single opinion poll since the election started that would suggest that the Tories would be victorious. And what they've moved to is a kind of damage limitation exercise. But Keir Starmer is quite right. I mean, he's going around the country at the moment, and basically his message is, look, these are the hardest yards, the final stretch towards polling day. And if people stay at home because they think a Labour win is a done deal, it just could go wrong.
And he's calling it a summer of change. And of course, I'll be hoping that doesn't mean we're all going to go transgender. But on a serious point, let's look at the bookies numbers. The numbers, Nigel, are simply astonishing. Labour are now as short as 500 to 1 on to win the most seats. Bet 500 quid, get one solitary sovereign back. Labour majority now 150 to 1 on. Nigel, have you ever known anything like this in your time commentating on politics?
No, I haven't. And I'm sure that Tories who are fond of betting on political outcomes won't be betting on this one. No, I mean, this is astonishing. I mean, I certainly expected the polls to narrow during the election campaign, and they just haven't. Labour has been consistently 20 points ahead. That has not changed. There's been a little bit of an increase in reform. But no, this election campaign, in my experience, is absolutely unique. And this is the 11th one I've been covering.
And is there any way this can be turned around now? We were talking a moment ago about the fact that the Conservatives are campaigning in the safest of safe seats. It seems to be now, Nigel, purely an exercise in damage limitation.
Absolutely right. What they're trying to do is to remain the official opposition. They're not really campaigning for government. And for the last couple of weeks, they've been talking about Labour supermajorities and how to keep it down. So, yes, it is absolutely about damage limitation. The polls are suggesting that they could be as low as 50 seats left, which would make the Lib Dems the official opposition, because they're certainly predicted to get 50, possibly 60 seats in this election. So the reason that Rishi Sunak is out in what were otherwise safe seats is because he's just trying to save as many MPs as he can. Now, on the night, it may not be quite like that. I would think that the Tories should pull in around 150 seats. That's what should happen. But this election really is all over the place. I could be way out on that prediction.
Yeah, that's a very charitable estimate. And do you think that the threat of reform is something that may fizzle away as it comes to polling day, or something where people's attitudes will harden because there's a very, very big number, it would appear, of disenfranchised Conservatives out there who want to punish their own party?
Yeah, I think that a lot of voters are just simply disillusioned with the whole political system. They've been through a lot. We've been through COVID. We've been through the cost of living crisis. Energy bills are still huge, even though they've gone down today. Mortgages are up. So everyone's having a rough time. I think Reform have done themselves quite a bit of damage with two things that have happened. One is that Nigel Farage talking about NATO provoking the war in Ukraine. I think I know what he was trying to say, but that was actually a bit clumsy, and that's put some voters off. Also, the allegations of racism within his party. Image is everything during elections, and the image has become a bit tarnished for Reform.